Hello, Heralds, and welcome to the Harbinger. I'm your host, PVZ, the Harbinger, here today to talk about Opera. And yes, I know I already made a video about Opera, but that was Opera GX. And today, I'm talking about just Opera Browser, which is completely different, and thus requires a different video. And I'm totally not making a part 2 to my original video because that video did really well and I'm chasing views. I'm definitely not doing that. So watch this video as well. I want to talk about Opera Browser today because I saw an interesting sponsor segment that made me realize that Opera is quite literally useless. So in this sponsor segment, the YouTuber is talking about some of the features that the Opera browser has. And I don't really remember everything he says, and for the life of me, I can't find the video where the sponsor segment was in, but basically there are two features that he points out that I wanted to talk about. The first feature is the split screen feature, which allows you to have multiple tabs up at once on the same screen, so half the screen is one tab, half the screen is the other tab. And the second is tab grouping, which allows you to put tabs together, so you basically have one tab, but there's multiple tabs in that tab. I wanted to talk about these features because I think they're extremely dumb and a horrible reason to download the browser. Oh, but PV, what's wrong with these features? These sound like genuinely useful features that are good to have on a browser. And yes, they are good features and something that would be a good reason to download the browser, but the fact is that you don't even need the browser to use these features because these features aren't unique to the Opera browser. Now, I'm not 100% sure if every browser has group tabs, but Edge has it, so I'm assuming that every browser has to have it because, I mean, Edge is behind everything else, so I'm just going to say every single one does. But every single computer does have split screen. It's not even limited to just a browser. You can literally split screen any windowed application, and it works exactly how it does in the browser. This was a feature I was aware of when I saw this sponsor segment, and something that I actually use quite a lot for school and stuff because it's useful to see two screens at once without, having a second monitor. So when I first heard Opera had this feature, I instantly laughed at it because it is something that is literally on every computer. So bragging about how this is such a good and useful feature is extremely dumb because literally anyone can already do it and you don't even need this stupid dumb browser. But honestly, when I saw that they had a feature like a group tabs together, I thought it was actually kind of nice and a feature that people can benefit from. Especially you, Alex. I know you're watching this video. Alex, close some of your tabs. You have like a million tabs. Please, just close some of the tabs. And this upset me because I hate Opera, and the fact they have a feature that was actually useful and something that people will benefit from made me quite upset because they actually did something and actually had a reason to get the browser. And this genuinely pissed me off until one day, while I was doing some research for a school project, I thought to myself, wouldn't it be really funny if I grabbed these two tabs, put them together, and they grouped up in a singular tab? So I did it, and yeah, it worked. So both features that this browser is claiming to be really nice features and a reason to download the browser and a reason why the browser is better than other browsers is quite literally already done by most computers and Microsoft Edge, which is considered useless other than being a browser to download other browsers. So if legitimately one of the least used browsers has it, I think that you're worse than it. I mean, how and why would you even advertise this? I mean, these features, either you didn't know that these features were already a thing, which just makes you dumb and stupid because anyone who's ever used a computer is probably going to see these features, or even try to attempt to look up if other browsers have these features, or you're extremely manipulative trying to get people to download your browser because, I don't know, you have some ill intent about stealing their data. So either way, it makes this browser just bad because, they're either trying to steal your data or just extremely dumb. Seriously, there is no reason to use Opera or Opera GX. And I just don't understand why anyone would even think about doing it. There's legitimately no features on it that aren't just extremely stupid and niche, like the dumb Gunner browser thing, where it just hides your tabs. Any, actual person who is worth anything in society is not going to use any of these dumb features. And if they are, they're just going to use the same features that are already on basically every other browser. One last thing before I end today's video. You remember, if you watched the last video, when I told a story about how the YouTuber Achito was on a sketchy website, got an ad for OperaGX that forced him to download the browser? Well, the same thing happened to me. And I don't think I should say exactly the website I was on, because I don't think YouTube would like me saying that. But basically, I was trying to download this video clip, and while I was looking through these websites, I found a kind of sketchy one, so I clicked on it, and it brought me to an ad. And it was an ad for OperaGX. So I sighed, waited for the X to show up, clicked on it, but as it turns out, the X was a lie. And this X brought me to the main page of OperaGX, where it forced me to download the browser. So I had to hurry up, cancel download, before I got any social credit for selling my data. And this to me is just icing on the cake as to why I think this company is just horrible. But anyways, that is all I really have to say about this video. Opera GX and Opera just suck. I mean, come on. Your features aren't special. You're not special. There's legitimately no reason to get you. And Microsoft Edge does everything you do, but better. I have been your host, PVZ, the Harbinger. If you enjoyed this video, comment below what browser you actually like and you think is better than Microsoft Edge. And give me actual reasons to why you think it's better, not just and before I forget, I actually have a second channel where I do non-commentary stuff. As of right now, I'm doing a 59-part series of Paladins where I play every single character in the game, so I can preserve them for when the game inevitably dies. So if you're interested in that, check out my second channel. The first episode is already out, and the second episode is going to be out when this video comes out. So check out those videos if you want to. Subscribe to that channel if you're interested and remember, reap what you sow. Bye-bye.